So moved it onto that 4-inch block to get some extra ground clearance. Just going around knocking what rust I can off the wheel studs. Then we'll spray them with penetrating fluid and attempt to crack them loose after. Big 3/4 bars, making this fairly easy. Got all the lugs broken off. I'm just going to get it up on blocks for now, and then tomorrow I'll probably pull the wheels off. Haven't broken them off actually, but we'll see if the jack will lift both axles or if it'll just lift the one. So the truck is up on a 4-inch plank. I've cracked all these lug nuts off, and as I tried to jack it up yesterday, I don't know if you can make it out that there's a bit of a dip there. Let me throw some flat in that. I take my phone and lay it down. See, the phone is now flush with that bit of the tarmac. In fact, you can see a crack in the tarmac there as well. Well, hopefully you can. I'll do it properly once I've got the truck up in the air. But yeah, my plan did not work out due to the bottle jack shitting itself. So I'm going to try and get it resealed. Again, you can see it's sunk into the ground there because there's a little pool of water gathering. And the other side, I believe, is actually worse. Yeah, it's really hard to tell, but it has sunk. I'll get a proper photo of it next time. So we're doing fenders today. I was going to do the wheels and tyres, but the bottle jack shat itself last night after kind of sinking into the tarmac. It's a bit of a mess in here, but what we've got going on, I've cut the box section frame, or rough cut it. I'm going to move to the chop saw in a minute, angle them. There's a 30-degree angle on the original fender, just at the back. So 2 15s, weld them together. Obviously, got to double everything, in fact quadruple everything, because there's 2 per side. Should have enough steel for that. If not, I'll have to order another 2 lengths of 50 by 50. And then obviously I've got all my plate down there. That's all 3mm plate. The top plate is staying Durabar on the front, so that checker stuff. Everything else is just being smooth 3mm because it doesn't need to be Durabar everywhere. What I need to do as well at some point is find some of that step material, because it's an awkward one. I've not managed to find it anywhere online, and I don't know whether it's a special thing for Kenworth only. I'll probably have a tidy up next week whilst I'm in here. See, 65 fastbacks up here, sorry, down here. Got a C6 vet up on the lift. Parts of the autocar scattered about. That engine is for the 56 Bel Air that's hiding over behind the lathe. And we've got 10 new tyres for the truck, all hand cooks. Got a really good deal on these, so I kind of had to do it. Didn't want to, because, well, they're really expensive when you start adding them up. That's just roll cage tube for things. Got a little off-road buggy back here as well, which is for sale if anyone wants one. It's just the frame, it's a Theox chassis. Really nice. It's not been fucked with, it's brand new. I took it in a deal, and I doubt I'm going to have time to do anything with it, but we'll see. So, going to get set up in the bandsaw, and I'll be back in a second. Sorry, not the bandsaw, the chop saw. So what we've got here are two lengths at 61 inch, well actually 62, so I've got a bit to trim. Two lengths down there at 17 inch, but cut at 18, so again I've got something to trim. What I'm going to do now is just stick them in that chop saw over there and get cutting. So we're in, got my measurement point there for the 61. Going to cut this at 15, cut the other one at 15. That gives me two opposing 15s with a 30 degree. I'll cut this one on camera, then do the others, and come back when I'm prepped and ready to tack it all together. I've got some inch by inch bar as well, so inch by inch box that I'll chop up for the cross braces rather than waste this stuff, because so I've only got a finite amount at the moment, and inch by inch 2.5mm wall is going to be plenty strong enough as well for a platform you're just standing on to get into the engine bay. So I made a small miscalculation, and it's a good thing I double checked, and a good thing I cut these long. It's actually 44 degrees that I wanted, not 30. I put the rule in my protractor back into it the wrong way around, so it was reading a little under. Luckily, I'm pretty much just going to lose the width of a saw blade off this, and then we'll trim it to length. Same with the other long ones. So that's everything prepped now. Everything's cut, well, almost everything. I miscalculated the steel I needed, and I'm one full length short, which would get me the other rear fender braces and basically some extra. So gonna order one more length 50 by 50, but in the meantime I can do 3 fenders. Let me just work out which one's which. That's the other side. So I've changed the angle that the rear one's built at. Is that right? Yeah, that one's right. And at 25 there. Yep. So got a 50 degree angle on the front now, instead of, I think it's quite a sharp, might be a 70 on the front currently, and we've got a 35 degree angle on the rear, which just, I think it'll make the truck look nicer from the side, instead of, as you can see, it's got a real sharp drop off. So just going to get all that tacked together, then I'll lay it out on the steel sheet, cut my 1x1 bits of box section, and that'll be at least, let's say, 2 front fenders and 1 rear fender done, which means maybe next week I can get on with just gas axing those off, at which point we'll get these all sandblasted and painted. So colour scheme for these is going to be the same nice metallic black that's on the pedal, with orange highlights running down the side. So I've got the front ones welded up, the side panels, or side bars essentially. I made a slight mistake. I wasn't paying attention. I forgot to reset the chop saw when I did one of the rear cuts. So I'm going to turn that reject piece into the crossbars for the front, because I've got to order a new length anyway. So I'll use that instead of the inch by inch, and then I'm going to lay it out on the Durbar plate next, work out what length I need to chop the reject into, and go from there. That's the driver's side wing nearly done. Still got to do all the others. Taking me a little longer than I thought to knock the mill scale off, but the bulk of it's stitch welded together. I'm going to put that on, and I'll get the camera up and running again now. So that's the bulk of it stitch welded. Still need to do the front section and the rear of that plate as well. That's where the headlight mounts into. I've actually brought that back an extra 2 inches versus stock. So the plan is to French the new LED headlights in and put a black honeycomb mesh over the front so you can't see them. Other than that, dimensionally, these are pretty much the same as those. Might be a few fractions of an inch in it, but it's close enough. I'll just flip it over. Just need to adjust this little bend here. Although this is hidden underneath the hood, so won't necessarily see that. It's just that edge where I got it a little bit too hot earlier. Again, everything's stitch welded in there. Oh, bugger. Just move it off. Ah, I've cut through that bottle, haven't I? Ah, it's got EP90 in it. Fuck's sake. Back in a second. I'm going to tip it into that. And we're back. Yeah. What was that? Over here. So, grind all these down flush, or just this external weld, so it looks similar to the old Fender. I didn't use Durbar plate on that because it doesn't really need to be. That's the only section you stand on. But yeah, looks pretty much like the stock Fender. I'm going to tidy up now and edit this down a little. I'll throw up a little video on this as well because you could see, it's the one you could see in the photo. It's a 50, sorry, the video. It's a 58, 59 Ford. Can't remember which year it is. They're the same though. 58, 59 is the same style. It's 57. That's the 1 year only, with the single headlights instead of the twins. But that's me getting clutch mechanism sorted out, See that up there? I've taken another short video on my phone, so I'll splice it into the end of this one for anyone who's interested. It'll kind of be like the last couple of minutes of the video. Just while I remember, I do actually still need to trim the side piece as well. So see there's a little strip over there. I've got a couple of them. Obviously just need to angle it at the same, want to give the same 30-degree kickback. And I've also still got to stitch weld the outside here. I'll clean the mill scale off, but I'll do that probably, well, I'll do that when I do the others. Once I've got the steel for the rear, and now that I've got everything, well, now that I've got everything else prepped. Other than that, I think that is now finally the end of this video. So next one, I will be, as I say, I'll be doing the other fenders, and hopefully I'll have my bottle jack resealed, because I went to try and change the tyres yesterday, and the seals in the jack gave up the ghost. The truck, it was the hottest day of the year. It peaked at 34 degrees centigrade earlier this week, and the truck has started to sink into the tarmac due to how soft it got. Even my forklift, which is like, my forklift weighs about 4 tons, that's sunk into the ground as well. So really want to get a move on with the truck before it goes really deep. So this is one of the projects I've got in at the minute. I've kind of been slacking and doing project videos, so thought I might as well. This has been on the ramp for a while before I've actually got around to doing it. Essentially, it's coming for a bit of welding on the roof, a complete rewire. I run the loom, all nice new braided stuff. I just need to get some P-clips and pin it back to the chassis. It's got a Mustang 3-speed mated to a Mustang 289, which obviously nothing quite fits, so the last owners kind of made. They've made a gear shifter, it works. I'm not going to change it, that's not on my job list. Mine was to get it running. So just in the process of cutting the old hard line up there, and I can join on some new rubber. I've welded on a bracket here to allow the transmission, to allow the clutch to release, using a pool style cylinder. I will put in a little brace that comes off there to triangulate it, but that's 6mm, so it's plenty strong as it is. Yeah, there's a bit of welding to do up top, and I've got to do the rest of the rewiring inside the cab.